Hey everybody, today is day 24 and the topic today is how we grow. Hi everybody, I'm Cathy Naiser with the Naiser Real Estate Group here at Keller Williams Realty CityView in San Antonio, and today is we're doing our KW Model 66-Day Challenge Thoughts and Questions. Today's topic is how we grow. Now this model drawing called the Stair-Step Disruption Model is from Gary and from MAPS and MAPS Coaching, and I want to go through it because it explains what happens in our businesses. So when we get into business and we start doing some business, we kind of have a little status quo going. We're making money, but we're also a little bit stagnant. It's just the way it happens. We're doing what we're doing, so we're getting the same results, right? And there's a bold law that says change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. Anytime we make change, different things happen, even like point far. Our programming leads to our thoughts, leads to our feelings, leads to our actions, leads to our results, and then that leads to our programming. So new ways of thinking and programming lead to our results. So here's a way to think about that. So we're in status quo, we're a little bit stagnant in our business, and in order to grow, there has to be some kind of disruption. Either we create this disruption by doing something different or learning something different, and sometimes outside forces create the disruption. So right now in the COVID-19 and the shifting market, we are having to reimagine our businesses and how we do them, and this disruption of staying at home is making us, if we're taking it seriously, is making us do some of the things that we've never done before. And it's given us the time to do them. When normally we'd be out and about doing all kinds of activities, we can be focusing on building our database. We can be focusing on calling our database or engaging more in social media. So this is a disruption, make no mistake. So with the disruption, actually new growth happens. So then we reach a new level. This is a new level of achievement, and we go along for a while, and that becomes the status quo. That becomes how we do things, and so we'll recreate those kinds of results. But in order to grow and to change even more, we need some other kind of disruption. Again, it doesn't have to be the chaotic disruption that the world gave us. We can create our own disruptions, again, by what we learn, by our being in coaching, having our coaches change our thinking, and by planning for growth. So when we have a new disruption in our business, if we handle it right, we learn from it, we learn what we can do better and how we can take that further, then we grow and we go up further, and now we reach a new level. And then after a while that becomes stagnant and we need something else. So either something outside us happens or something inside us happens, and we create a disruption and we grow more. So these disruptions are actually critical to our growth. So in a way, what's happening right now is a great thing. It's a great thing because it's disrupting us and helping us move to a new level that maybe we wouldn't have moved to because we were stagnant. So the questions I have for you are, number one, how has this COVID-19 virus and shifted market, how has that made you rethink about what you're doing? And has it made you change anything? And how do you think that change is going to help you grow? Are you more engaged in your business now than you were before this stay-at-home quarantine virus virtual way of doing things? And how can these changes that you're doing, how can they actually make your business better? How are you taking the time right now during this disruption, using this disruption to help you really hone in on your systems, hone in on command? Are you really utilizing the consumer app? Every one of my clients that has tried the consumer app loves it. The two unique features that I know of about the consumer app, there's so many unique features, but one of them is that you can search by neighborhood and you can search by school. You can't do that in other apps. And you can share your app to your people so that it's branded to you. So the app is cool. And the other thing is, when they're using the app, when they've downloaded it, first of all, you get a little check mark in command by their contact. And when they're searching it, you see it in command. In fact, when you open up your contacts, there's columns there on the contact field, and one of them says last visited. One of them says last connected, and one of them says last visited. Last connected is when you connected with them last and wrote notes in. Last visited is when they engaged. So either they viewed a neighborhood snapshot or they played around on your app. And in the neighborhood snapshots, they can actually pick other neighborhoods. So some people are viewing their snapshot and looking at 2 or 3 others. Now, if you know in command that somebody is looking at snapshots, or they've downloaded your app and they've used it, is that somebody you should be talking to? And how can you work it into your schedule so that you're actually looking at that and then making phone calls to those people in addition to the other phone calls you're making? How can you create a plan to get your app out there more? So each of us has a code for our app. My code is KW15TB9I. Now, whenever I give out, it's a capital I. So all the letters are capital. When I give out the code, I always have to say that the last digit is a capital I, and it's not a number 1, and it's not an L, because it can look like that. So the easiest way to get our app out to other people is tell them to text our code. That's the text message. Text it to the number 87778. When they put in that number 87778, they put their code, then they're all of a sudden texted the app, which they can download, and it's your app. It's coded to you. Now, how can you get your app more out to other people? Can it be on every email you send out? What else can you do? What can you do on social media to get your app out there? How can you clean up command or work on command or have some people help you work on command, even virtual assistants, to help you get command cleaned up so that it's better? So that this is the disruptive force that's helping you move forward. So think about it, because if this is a disruptive force that's moving you forward, what are you grateful for about that? So these are all great thoughts about stair-step distribution or disruption model. And tomorrow we're going to talk about planning growth. So thanks for watching today, and I'll see you tomorrow.